Hello, I welcome you on this unwanted journey. I would like to begin with a prayer, but a disclaimer seems just more appropriate. There will be noises in this video, so please be careful with your hearing. Please also turn off your phones. You should know by now a turn-on phone does nobody any good. No one you want is going to text you, and social media is like a pretty pool full of pee. I have an accent, so please be patient in deducing. This video is a lovely dedication to dedicated time. This is also a thank you to all my mentors who are tiny gods and my friends who are tiny gods and my fam who is made up of tiny gods and like whatever. I was born on the 9th of August 1994 at 3:30 p.m. My mother tried to deliver me naturally, but her many hours of effort and pain still ended with a C-section. When my mother woke up, she was told she couldn't have babies anymore. I was her second and her last. Following are the things that are true about my birth. When I was born, there was an earthquake and the IV drip stand fell on my unconscious mother. When I was born, I had no hair. When I was born, my father held me like he was losing me. He cried until the nurse had to rip me away from his arms. When I was born, I did not cry. For a solid good 10 minutes I was slapped and called dead. When I was born, I still couldn't sleep at night. I threw a party and kept myself entertained. But then the sky would light up, and I was out like the lights. When I was born, I turned yellow. It was jaundice. Of course. I don't remember any of these things. It is only through the telling of others present I find myself having a physical presence. The envisioning is so strong, I surpass time and logic. I can hear my baby cries. I see myself standing against the walls of the hospital room, watching my mother trying to give birth to me. I am watching myself not wanting to come out, and she has to be cut up, and then I am forced out. I watch myself play dead. I feel the earthquake. I see everything crash and tremble. I watch my father cry. I watch myself cry. I watch myself turn yellow. But then I come back to my own time and I still see myself. I am across the room. I am always two bodies trying to become one. Following are more facts about me. I have lived in 19 houses. I have gone to 9 different schools. I have grown up in 13 cities. I have never had that experience of growing old with the same kind of people in the same kind of environment. I have always visited and left. I have had many strange pets in my life. I have had chicks that grew into chickens that gave more chicks that grew into chickens and laid eggs for me to pick every morning. I have had a tortoise and a turtle. The tortoise was eaten by a stray cat. The turtle drowned, I think. I have had parrots that bit me and never learned to speak. I have had lovebirds that my family bought to teach me some strange value of compassion and morality, and made me feel evil for making the lovebirds feel trapped, so I ended up freeing them into the wild, which was literally a polluted city jungle dripping with starvation and filth. They all probably just suffered and died. We had 3 aquariums full of fish. Fish are the worst pets. But I think my best and heart-rendering pet was my duck named Hagrid, who I got when I was 10 years old. When I got Hagrid, he was a duckling. He had a limp. I thought it was polio. But I loved his walk. I loved his quacks. I dug him a pond in our garden and filled it with water. I fed Hagrid pieces of bread and jam. Hagrid grew up really well, but then we had to move again. A new city, a smaller house, a smaller garden. I came home one day and saw Hagrid gone. My mother had given it away to somebody who promised to set him free at a public park. I cried for days. Only in the abundance of crowds, one can disappear. If there are no people, you pop out. Especially when you feel you don't want to pop out. I go to different places and I watch myself entering a snow globe. The walls are glass and icy and see-through. Someone is shaking big rain or snow or confetti on me. Maybe that somebody is God or the president. There is a wild in this globe, but it is constructed to look tamed. It is beautiful but so deadly. There are trees but they are naked. There is debris that is forgotten it was once part of something bigger. All the unnecessary growth results in necessary killing. Have you ever noticed, wherever you end up, there is always a pond and the pond always have ducks? Is it a man-made way of constructing nature? Sometimes, I stare out at the pond and I call out for Hagrid and I feel like all of the world's ducks fly towards me, quacking with love, screaming in mimicry. I am Hagrid. I am Hagrid. I am Hagrid. Choose me.
Only in pondering, memory became so genetic it seeped from the newspapers onto a sort of present that was so individual that it was almost dishearteningly invisible. I found myself so brown and distant and displaced. I was in a crowd full of blur. I was dying of a work ethic that measured my esteem. I was a bag full of identifiers I never claimed. I was finding myself in the greased headlines of newspapers that held the street samosas I had bought. I was looking at myself in tea leaves. I was told my future from the lines of my palm. I was becoming tentative, finding myself in the in-betweens, like the silence before the ticks of a time bomb, or a gaping of an orange Cheeto standing staring on a podium. Or in the stillness of a pen that would hit a document and throw me out into a storm or another newspaper headline.